y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm doing the autumn tag. I need to look at things before I do introductions. I swear to God I planned this shit. Anyway, I saw both Butte Bean and Abby Williamson do this tag a couple weeks ago, and because I am very much a bandwagoner who also just does things late, I went in to do this. This tag was created by Autumn Cozy on YouTube, and it just looked really fun. It's 12 questions about just like your favorite autumn type things, and fall is one of my favorite seasons, if not my favoriteest of the seasons. Words. Anyway, so since there's 12 questions, I think that is a good enough introduction, so let's just get on into it. 1. Candy corn, good or gross? Candy corn is fantastic, and you can fight me on it. 2. If you could live in a place where it was autumn all the time, would you? I would say so, because one of the things I like about the in-between seasons is that I can't stand the cold because I have chronic pain and arthritis and all of that, and that does not compute well with my body. But I also can't take extreme heat either, because God decided to make me allergic to the sun, and no, I'm not kidding. I get itchy when I go out in the sun if it's too hot for too long. So I like autumn, even just for the fact that it is right in between where I need everything to be. I'm currently living in New Jersey, where autumn kind of only exists for like 3 days out of the year, and then it just goes into a fucking blizzard all the time. So I would really love to live in a place where it's just like autumn, kind of an average temperature, where I could just like wear the clothes that I like and not have to worry about freezing my ass off or slipping in ice or like dying of a heat stroke anytime I walk out the door. I just think that would be the most pleasant. I would like that very much. Tea, coffee, cider, or hot chocolate? I would love to say coffee because I really want to be one of those cool hipstery people. Same with tea, but both of those I am more drink for the caffeine rather than the taste. Honestly, most of the time I just drink water except for a cup of coffee or tea in the morning. So I do quite like hot chocolate, especially I like spicy hot chocolate with like a little bit of cinnamon in it. I also just love kind of doctoring up my hot chocolate, just like a Swiss Miss packet with, you know, kind of whatever I want to put in there. One of the things that I really like to do is take a mini York peppermint patty and just like drop it into a cup of hot chocolate, and that's really nice. So I'm probably definitely going to go with hot chocolate. I say while drinking a nice coffee. Favorite movies to watch in the autumn? As you probably know from watching my channel, I'm very much a scary movie type of person. I love watching Scream, just because I feel like that's always nice. This Saturday, we have plans to go to a drive-in movie to see Halloween on Halloween, so that's always a fun time. Just any sort of scary movie I really enjoy, especially some of the classics from like the 80s and 90s, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, or even like the 2018 remake of Halloween. I feel like that was really good. The most recent It films I always love to watch and rewatch around this time of year. As far as like unscary movies go, I like watching some of the Harry Potter films. I know, like, I'm not a J.K. Rowling person at all, but I grew up with a lot of Harry Potter. That was one of my biggest childhood memories of, like, my mom's a librarian and she really encouraged me to do a lot of reading when I was really young, and Harry Potter was kind of one of my first, like, big kid books when I was growing up, and so I have a lot of memories kind of attached to that. I'm trying to think of anything else that any other movies that I love to watch. I just love scary movies. I mean, recently we watched a couple of ones that I hadn't seen before. I watched Insidious, and that was, I'm not normally into PG-13 horror movies, but I think that one was done quite well. Speaking of PG-13 horror, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, that was a good one to watch around this time of year. We watched Sinister, and I think that one is a good autumnal movie. I mean, the thing is, half of these movies like don't even take place in the autumn, but it just feels right for spooky season. Y'all know what I mean? What's your favorite autumn color? That would be all of them. I wear autumn colors kind of all year round. I feel like those are the most flattering on me. If you take a look at my wardrobe, you will see what I mean. As you can tell by what I'm wearing, I really like this kind of mustardy brown type color. I love like a lighter mustard, chartreusey green, burgundy, eggplant. I even consider teal to be an autumn color. Like literally just take the entire color palette of the Viseart Dark Mattes palette, and that is all that I ever wear like in my wardrobe, and also those are all autumn colors, so all of them are my favorite. Okay, what's your Hogwarts house? I'm a Gryffindor. I thought for a long time that I was a Ravenclaw, but I took the Pottermore quiz and I took it 4 times. 3 out of 4 times I got Gryffindor. The other time I got a Ravenclaw, and the only time I got Ravenclaw was when I was trying to get Ravenclaw, so I think I'm naturally a Gryffindor, and I think my secondary house is actually a Hufflepuff from what I've been able to discern, so, but I'm definitely majority Gryffindor in my house. But my favorite non-Gryffindor house is Hufflepuff because I have a lot of friends who are Hufflepuffs and I just tend to vibe really well with them. What's your favorite Burr month? So I'm assuming that that means like all of the months that end in Burr. I want to say October because that is like really spooky season, and I just like enjoying all of the Halloween-y type things that come with that. However, I also just kind of notice that like there's always something like rather big or stressful going on in October for like every year in my adult life. Usually like with college, it's always been like midterms or like something all just kind of go weird in my life around October where I won't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted to. So I don't know if I'm just like a little bit cursed right now or if October always just like went normal for me and I don't have to make any big life decisions around October, then I would absolutely say October. Second place would be September because that's a little bit warmer, and I generally prefer like the warmer end of fall just for my own comfort. And also Case's birthday is in September, so October, but September is a close runner-up. Halloween or Christmas, and why? Definitely Halloween, just because, like I said, I very much love scary movies. I am the kind of person who has Halloween decorations up all year. For example, my bowl of earrings at the moment is a little spooky bowl from Target, and I have a lot of other spooky stuff that I'm going to be putting up in here when I have the chance. I have a job, so I can't do everything that I'm still decorating is a process for me. So Halloween is definitely more of a favorite. I used to actually really hate Christmas, and I'm still definitely a bit of a Grinch, but I've been slowly warming up to Christmas over the last couple years. Just because we've been, like, with me and Case kind of doing Christmas together. We'll do Christmas Eve with their family and Christmas Day with mine. And just kind of making it a little bit more intentional to plan things well so I don't stress myself out, because I like Christmas in theory because I'm a very crafty person. I love cooking. I love seeing my family because I don't get to see them super often since I live about 8 hours away from them. So all of that is like really nice in theory, but I tend to have like so much that I want to do that I just end up stressing myself out. So Case and I have been like very good at planning in the last couple years or so, so it's a lot less stressful for me. So I'm slowly becoming less of a Grinch, and I definitely enjoy Christmas food. A lot that is probably my biggest draw, is just like making corn pudding with my mom, and my cousin makes really good deviled eggs, and just generally good old Southern cooking. I love that. So Halloween is definitely more of my favorite because it has a lot more things that are kind of like low-key, low-pressure sorts of enjoyment, just like scary movies, spooky makeup, you know, going to Target and Michael's and getting all the things there. You know, I'm becoming less of a Grinch, and I don't know how comfortable I am admitting that, but I'm admitting that on the internet right now, so here we go. What's your least favorite things about the fall? I don't like that it gets dark so quickly. Like, I have regular depression and then seasonal depression on top of that depression, and I love it. Like, the thing that I like more about the summer than the winter, and why I generally prefer warmer weather besides the arthritis thing is that I just love having the sun out. It makes me feel better. I feel like there's a lot more hours in the day where I have the energy to do things. And I don't like that it gets so dark so quickly, especially I'm not someone who particularly enjoys driving at night, and I also don't like driving in like any sort of rain or weather. Like I can do one or the other, but especially since living in New Jersey, you know, we get a little bit more snow earlier than when I lived in Virginia too. So I have to deal with like the gross wintry weather towards the end of fall, and also driving at night, and I do not like that at all. It stresses me out a whole lot. I don't like that. I appreciate that daylight savings is coming up so I can get an extra hour of sleep, but I doubt my cats are gonna let me do that too, so I don't thrive in that. That is not who I am as a person. Favorite autumn songs, and this one was a little bit difficult for me because I don't know like songs about the fall. Granted, my entire music taste is basically me listening to new albums from the same bands I listened to when I was in high school. On that note, the one autumn song that I could think of is Grand Theft Autumn by Fall Out Boy. So yeah, let's do that shit. Where is your boy tonight? I hope he is a gentleman. Maybe he won't find out what I know. You were the last good thing about this part of town. Okay, and I gotta turn it off before I get copyright striked. Hey. Favorite fall dessert. Does candy corn count? I mean, we just got like a shit ton of Halloween candy at Target. Not for trick-or-treaters, we're just eating that ourselves. I have recently been really enjoying those just like Pillsbury Halloween cookies that you can get that, you know, have the little like ghost and the jack-o'-lanterns on them. Like those are so cheesy, but they're so fun. I also got some like oatmeal hocus pocus cookies that I'm gonna bake relatively soon. I'm trying to figure out if I want to like do that now or save that for Saturday as a part of like the Halloween stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy a good pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie as well. I think those are always quite nice. I usually do sweet potato pie with my family around Thanksgiving. Pecan pie too. That's always good. I think my general dessert tastes aren't necessarily fall. Like I always enjoy fall desserts, but usually I'm more of like a, you know, like a key lime pie type of person if I were to choose a dessert. So my food tastes aren't necessarily autumnal, but I do love me a good sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, all of that stuff, so that's good. And lastly, what is your go-to autumn makeup? Now, I'm not someone who particularly has like one makeup style that I go for. I don't really do the same thing every day at all, which, I mean, you probably could have guessed by now, but I'm gonna show you some of the things that I enjoy using around the fall a lot. Some of these things are things that I haven't owned during fall before, but I know I'm gonna use a lot and have been using a lot this fall. I mean, I did an entire video on like all of my fall makeup picks for this year, but yeah, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So, Melt Gemini. Obviously, I have a whole bunch of mattes from here in my crease, like this little region. Is what I did as kind of my base for my eye look. I then used some shadows from the Shroud Cosmetics American Horror Story palettes on my lid and inner corner. So I think that this is obviously a very, very nice autumnal sort of palette. Also, the two palettes I own from Viseart I think are very, very nice as far as fall makeup goes. So the dark mattes, which I showed earlier, always make a nice base for that. And then probably one of my favorite palettes I've bought like ever, the Dark Edit. Like I said, this is just all my favorite fall colors at once. Always super fun because I think it just like combines lots of like grungy neutrals with some very bright and vibrant colors, and I like that combination a lot. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna talk about these lipsticks just because I haven't owned these before, but now that I got these over the summer, I can't stop wearing them, especially during fall. So the one I'm wearing right now is Perish from Glam Goth Beauty, and it's just like this nice grungy brown sort of shade. And then I also have Cider Sangria from Be Elegant Cosmetics, and both of them are just really, really lovely, and kind of no matter what eye look I do, I always pair these with them. At least I have been this fall, so. Okay, so that is it for this video. If you want to do the autumn tag and you haven't already, please do and let me know. I would love to see that from you. I will be linking a whole bunch of other people's videos, including the creator of this tag down below. And thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see y'all in my next one. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye!